That's right. I'll say it. I don't care. Jason Simon was literally the worst advisor.
That was his first name?
Yeah. Jason Simon.
Jason Simon.
Literally the worst advisor you could possibly ask for. This is a guy that, I kid you not, really would sit there and go, yeah, I don't like the movies you're showing.
It's schlock.
Yeah, he called Superman schlock.
He called Masters of the Universe.
The hell is
Well,
schlock?
Masters of the Universe, I could almost, like, I'm willing to let that one slide, because it's Masters of the Universe.
What the hell is schlock?
Garbage,
Okay,
junk,
trying to say
trash.
shit?
Yeah. It's the old English bullshit way of saying things. But everyone, welcome once again to the Dragoon's Lair podcast. I am the Blue Dragoon himself, Daniel the Dragon. We are recording episode 38, our season finale. So we had to do it big. So it's not just me and Mike. We have Jimmy with us. Back again. Everyone's most requested because Doug's been on far too much.
Yeah, Doug. we had to share the wealth.
Yeah.
Back.
He's back, bitches.
And Jimmy actually happened to be the person who was the next highest rated host since Mike's come on to the show.
Yeah.
It's been Jimmy.
We're numbers 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That's it.
So these are my co-hosts for the day. So we've got King Hamster Pellet himself.
What is shaking, people?
And we've got Jimmy. The Jimmy.
The Jimmy.
The Jimmy.
The Jimmy.
Mr. Uncle J for everything in the book, covering 925 in the digits.
It's Jimmy J.J. Walker over here.
Dynamite!
That's right, folks. So if you're watching the video version of this, which I highly recommend, you definitely need to watch this on Spotify for the video version before it eventually comes out on YouTube.
Yep.
But trust me, folks, this is going to be an episode you don't want to miss out on. Because today we're going to be talk about Secret Invasion. We're going to talk about the upcoming movies because we kind of skipped over July.
Yeah.
So we'll give July impressions and go into August before we take our hiatus. But we have a special treat because I asked Jimmy to do a little game show host style trivia for us.
That's right.
So it's going to be head-to-head Mike versus Danny in one-on-one. And Jimmy, how many questions you got for us today?
Well, I got about 10 nice questions.
So 10 questions to see who gets the crown.
Oh, God. Wait.
There really is a crown.
Look at this. He stole this shit from Burger King back in the day. Look at this shit.
No. It's not made out of cardboard. That is actually inflatable. I got that from an old Loot Crate.
But he got his free fries at McDonald's today.
Yeah.
No, he actually got this off of one of the blow-up dolls. So.
Hey, listen, he calls himself King Hamster Pellet, so I want to see if he can earn the crown.
Hey, you're the one who called me King Hamster Pellet.
No,
yes.
you did.
Nope.
Order in the court. In the court.
So,
All right,
let's start off with some Secret Invasion talk.
Okay.
Oh, I remember what the other
Oh,
one
good.
was.
What was the other topic?
Yeah, the other one is, did you see the footage that they've leaked of the Wolverine costume?
Yes.
Jimmy, have you seen it?
That and the Wonka trailer.
Wonka trailer?
Yeah,
Wonka.
I will not be watching Wonka. It looks like unnecessary.
They're redoing Willy Wonka?
No. Prequel.
It's a prequel. Timothy Chalamet is Wonka. He's got 2 movies coming out for the holiday season.
Yeah. So Timothy Chalamet playing Willy Wonka.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, God.
Oh God, yeah.
But we'll discuss that later.
Yeah. So now the Wolverine costume, getting to see Deadpool standing next to Hugh Jackman in the yellow and black Wolverine outfit.
The OG
Yeah.
costume.
Now, the only thing that I have an issue with about it being OG, he has sleeves.
Okay.
Yeah.
The OG costume didn't have sleeves.
The OG didn't, but some variations did have sleeves.
Yes. So I'm going to go with this as his winter version of
Yes.
the costume. This is the Canadian Wolverine
This
version.
is the Canuck Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, now here we go. I've heard that they've done multiverse hopping in this film. So, this could be a Wolverine that wasn't Logan. Willem from Logan. So, we could still have
Logan
being dead in movie, which is fine. That's how you killed him, set him off. Great. But we can still have Wolverine.
Oh, absolutely.
And did you see the set pieces where they're fighting on the 20th Century Fox lot?
Yeah.
Did you hear this stupid rumor they want to bring back Elektra?
It's not a rumor. I
No,
heard
they're doing
it's done.
Jennifer
It's a done
Garner
deal.
is coming back as Elektra.
Yep.
Oh boy.
No, well, this is multiverse, so this could be like a lot of the theories are that this is going to be the comic book, the movie version of the comic. Deadpool kills the Marvel universe,
Which
but
is
this will
fine.
be killing
Yeah.
the Fox universe. So if he's going through,
Ooh,
takes out
maybe we'll get
Electro-
Affleck back in the suit.
I was just
Yeah,
thinking that.
that would be
That would be funny as
that
hell.
would be a huge surprise
Bullseye.
to see Affleck or yes, we get Bullseye back.
Colin Farrell.
Unfortunately, we know
Bullseye.
we won't get Kingpin,
Yes, unfortunately.
but
He's already dead.
maybe we can actually get a return from some of the original Fantastic Four characters. Because, I mean, let's face it,
Jessica Alba's not doing much nowadays.
Chris Evans,
Chickless.
though, to come back
As the human
Johnny
Torch,
Storm,
that would be great.
that would be something I think we all would love to
Well,
see.
he already did a cameo in Free Guy.
Yeah, he did the cameo
So
in Free Guys.
it's not out of the realm of possibility because the way that cameo came about was Ryan called him up. He goes, "What are you doing?" Chris goes, "Nothing." He goes, "All right, I'm shooting a movie. You want to be in it? 30 minutes tops." He goes, "Okay." Comes down, spits out his coffee, and goes home.
That's because everyone wants to work with Ryan Reynolds
Yes.
and Taika Waititi. Those two guys, yeah. That's the thing. When you see
He's like
the-
a fucking Jabba.
yeah, when you have those two guys, it really works to a sense of like real comedy gold.
Because one is crazy, and the other one goes, "Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it."
And it's hard to tell which one's which.
It's interchangeable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Blake Lively's probably the one sitting there like.
Brett Lively's like, "What
"Do
the?"
it."
like-
She's the one going. It's like, just go get this out of your system
Yes.
already.
She probably was the one that probably told Ryan Reynolds to, hey, why don't you put a bullet through your head as you're reading the Green Lantern slip?
That was funny as
That
hell.
was
hysterical.
Because she probably wanted to do the same thing
Yes.
to her own character in that movie.
And then he walks
Don't
out and he
choke,
shoots
Jimmy,
him.
don't choke.
No.
Then he shoots the version of himself from the Wolverine movie.
Yep.
Wait a minute. I
It's
love
like,
you.
hey, when your old pal Wade comes calling, you don't remember. So it was
No.
like he set this up perfectly
Yep.
for Deadpool 3. So I am definitely looking forward to seeing how Deadpool
Yes.
3 comes
I'm
out.
just hoping they keep it an R rating.
Oh, it is. It's
Good.
going to be R. This is
Thank you,
the
Kevin Feige.
Yes.
the fact that this had to be an R-rated movie.
It wouldn't have worked otherwise.
Well, Once Upon a Deadpool was actually pretty good, and that was
Once
PG-13.
Once Upon a Dead.
They did Deadpool 2.
Oh wait, and then they
edited it down to PG-13.
but they made it like the Princess Bride, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And they actually had
As you wish.
Fred Savage
In the bed,
kidnapped
yes.
in the bedroom, recreated to look just like the bedroom in The Princess Bride. And if anyone has not seen that, it is a watered down, kid friendly version of Deadpool 2, but it is so worth it just to see the family friendly version and how Fred Savage's scenes, him getting all excited about Cable. It's like he fanboys out, and that to me is just pure gold. So,
It's gold, Jerry. It's gold.
but yeah, so we've got the Wolverine look, which I honestly have to say, Jackman in this costume, I wish he would have been able to get that costume for the first X-Men movie.
Do you think he'll have the mask at least for like a quick scene? Maybe when you first see it, will he have the mask on? Do you think he'll have the mask on?
Fingers crossed.
I don't know. I kind of hope not.
Maybe when you first see it, then he takes it off and is like, I can't breathe with this fucking thing.
Which would be kind of funny. So it might work as like a throwaway
Yeah.
joke, but at the same time, the costume alone, even without the mask, it's
has to
worth
be.
it.
Yeah.
It's,
Thank you for that dark helmet reference.
so,
Make way for Dark Helmet.
By the way, Mr. Coffee is over there next to Mr. Radar.
yeah. So now let's talk about Secret Invasion,
Okay.
because we just got past the middle, and when the show does come back, we will be able to talk about how it all wrapped up. But now we're going into spoiler territory. So anybody who
bad,
hasn't
so
seen
sad.
it, Doug, I had to because I know you're behind. So yeah, Doug, you got to play catch up on this one. But so you might want to jump ahead.
Hit mute.
Yeah, hit mute and come back in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, go.
Let's say
go,
5 minutes.
Go take a piss, take a shit, and come back.
But keep leaving the episode running.
Well, yeah,
Go
leave it
grab-
running,
leave
though,
it
Doug. Leave it running.
Go grab
Don't hit
Go
pause.
grab
Yeah.
some fries at either
So-
Burger King or Wendy's.
Yeah, so-
They're free today.
Yeah. So what happened? Well, by the time this comes out,
Not
they
so
won't
much.
be.
I know.
But now,
Using the same fries, though.
so in this
Episode.
new episode, we actually got to see the reveal of what we had speculated on Rhodey being a Skrull.
Yep.
And it was blatant and obvious that and he just came right out about it. And I mean, the stuff we got with Talos, Emilia Clarke's character, what's the character's name?
I thought she was Talos.
Alina?
Alina.
Alina. Yeah, she went and like she became a Super Skrull.
Yes.
So seeing that at the very beginning, so she's still alive. I'm glad to see that
Thank
Talos
heavens.
getting shot to try to save the president, and of course it's all building up. And this is one of those things where I'm like, I cannot wait to see how they're ending this one off. But I still kind of have my speculation that this is how the president goes out, and Harrison Ford gets to come in and be President General Thunderbolt Ross.
Yep.
Which that doesn't
Makes
happen
sense.
in the real world, where most of the time we never see like military guys running for president. Outside of I think what Colin Powell tried once.
Eisenhower.
Yeah, Eisenhower.
Eisenhower did it first.
Yeah.
Eisenhower.
Oh, and Grant.
Grant, yes.
Okay, so we're hitting a little history lesson here, but
yeah.
yeah. But no, so for the most
You can fast forward if you don't want to watch it either.
Yeah. But no, so basically, it really breaks down to this could be the setup for Captain America getting Thunderbolt Ross, and the cast list for Captain America with the change in Thunderbolt Ross, but bringing back so many of the characters from Ed Norton's Hulk
Well, they're bringing
without
back-
Ed Norton.
They're bringing back Abomination, right? no, the leader. The leader.
The leader's coming
Leader.
back. You were getting Liv Tyler back as Betty Ross.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's a lot of the characters from the sheet that I saw.
Timothy Blake Nelson as the leader.
Yeah, so we're getting a bunch of the guys coming back.
Good.
I really want to do a rewatch of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe in chronological order.
As in from when they're released or in the cinematic universe, like starting
No.
with Captain America.
No, yeah, starting
Okay.
with Captain America, the first Avenger,
Avenger.
and then go into what felt like a Phase 1 movie anyway, Captain Marvel.
Now, where do you put the Celestials in on it?
The Celestials,
Yeah.
well, you mean the Eternals.
The Eternals, thank you.
The
Oops.
Eternals technically would fall in where you could pick that up right after Endgame.
Really?
Because they didn't take part in anything. They didn't really
That's
come
right.
in till after Endgame anyway, and they don't address
Anything.
the giant. Like they mentioned Thanos and stuff, and the snap and everything, and the blip after. But because of everyone coming back after them correcting the snap, that's where we end up with the giant celestial coming out of the middle of the ocean.
Hence the news article in She-Hulk.
Yep, which She-Hulk was the thing to address.
Yep.
A lot
Everybody-
of the stuff.
everybody
You can get a
remember
little
the-
closer to the mic, Jimmy.
Everybody remember the Godfather saga, right?
Yeah.
No, thank God.
No, this one you won't like. Don't worry, the 3-hour scene's been deleted. We don't avoid that. Godfather 1, Godfather 2. What did they do? They took all the Robert De Niro scenes, they put them first. Then then after that, it gels right into I Believe in America. What you do is you take the Eternals, you take all their historical scenes, and then you bring that up to Captain America. Then, after Captain America, you bring in the scene where they're looking over Hiroshima or Nagasaki.
That's going to be a lot of editing, and
That's
I'm not doing that. That's a lot of bouncing back.
No,
and
that's a
forth.
lot of bouncing back, but they should.
You know, for that, you'd need to basically go and you'd need the physical media
Mm-hmm.
because you wouldn't be doing the streaming. You would have to go and have like one of those, like what you had. What was it, like a 500 disc?
Oh, the 5-disc?
Yeah,
Oh,
the 5-disc DVD changer. So keep switching back and forth.
Or what you could do, just go get Michael Pena to relive everything, rehash everything for you. It's like he did at the end of Ant-Man.
Which I really did miss him in Quantumania not
Yeah.
recapping.
I also
things.
miss Stanley too.
Yeah,
we all-
every day.
we-
Stanley would have been the barista at the coffee
He would have been.
Oh, yeah.
in the quantum realm.
Yeah, we unfortunately, we missed out on a lot with Stan's passing.
Moment of silence. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, we're going to be respectful to the moment of silence, but also respectful to the listeners and not make them sit through a full moment of silence. If you want to pause it for the moment of silence,
That's
please
up to
feel
you.
free.
Yep.
But make sure you come back.
Yes, please do.
Because
And
let's
don't forget
face
to
it,
flush.
Like I really, I really do want to watch like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and go through, even if it's just the movies, into Phase 4.
Okay.
Like just hitting them in chronological order. I know it's an undertaking, but I haven't watched like the older movies, and I want to see if like things have changed, at least for me, because I hated Thor, and I hated Thor: A Dark World.
See, I thought Thor was okay. I was meh on...
Here we go again, folks.
Dark World.
Mike with the meh.
No, I was meh on Dark World. I could take it, I could leave it. It really didn't do anything for
Yeah.
me.
See, my thing was for Thor: Dark World, I didn't like it. I didn't like Thor.
What didn't you like about it?
The entire thing, I just did not like it. The only things that were the reason for me to even watch it was Natalie Portman and, I'm going to say Kat Dennings. Those are the
Dennings.
only reasons to watch the movie. Now, I'm not a woman, so I don't need to see Helmsworth. It means nothing to me. But the other two, the banter back and forth between Dennings and Portman in the first one,
That was funny.
It was
Yeah.
fun, it was entertaining, but tell me that the first Thor did not give you the feeling of the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe.
Little bit.
Everything in Eternia, great. Everything on Earth,
Bad.
oh
Bad.
god. And here you go. Everything in Asgard was cool. You get to Earth and you're like, fuck. It's crap. The movies were to set something up, and unfortunately, I didn't see the setup being worth it. The fact that that's the movie that got the most sequels for an individual character
Yeah.
surprises the hell out of me.
What did you think of Ragnarok?
Ragnarok was great, and that was the thing. It was like Ragnarok, Thor: Love and Thunder. These were ones that I enjoyed, but the first two, it was like, oh,
Ragnarok was the first time they started mixing books together. World War Hulk, what Planet Hulk, correction,
Planet Hulk.
was in Ragnarok
Yep.
and everything. That's where they started mixing it.
We're friends from work.
I know that guy. We're friends from work.
I like how they gave they finally gave Thor that little the winged helmet.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Well, the thing that was cool was the fact that it really broke down to you had Thor being able to be the fun character that he is when he's with the Avengers. You didn't have that in the first movies.
No, you didn't.
And that's the problem. It was missing the heart from the first two movies. So that's why I say I have to go back and watch, because like Secret Invasion is showing like there's different layers on these characters, and like if you weren't paying enough attention, you wouldn't notice that Rhodey was a Skrull at 1st, but when you were really watching and you're paying attention, you kind of saw those hints. Especially, he's talking to Fury, and like you and I had discussed, Fury, it's like he needs Fury to contact the Avengers. He's a fucking Avenger himself.
He knows them.
He's
He
goddamn
is one
War
of them.
Machine.
Right.
So it's like, seriously, he couldn't get in touch with Ant-Man. He can't get in touch with anybody. The only reason he couldn't get in touch with Ant-Man is Ant-Man was in the quantum realm during this.
I'm sure he
And-
could have gotten in touch with Falcon.
Yeah, come on. He was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier
Yeah.
series. So it was a little weird that he can't get in touch with them.
Now, I want to see... I hope they give a little backstory or a little flashback scene to see how Rhodey got captured and got his mind screwed
Yeah.
up.
I got a feeling that'll be in
Next
episode
season.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
As
only
long
one
as long as they
season.
showed you. As long as
Yeah.
they show you.
It's, remember, this is only a 6-episode like season.
Yeah.
They're not doing
It's like a mini series.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
And they're going to do the same thing for Armor Wars, I think, too.
Armor Wars, I think they were upping it to a movie.
Really? See, I heard it started as a movie and then it got downgraded to a web series, to a streaming series.
But at the same time, now the rumors are back and forth, so who knows? And right now, because I want to address an issue with the writer's strike, I was listening to something that Adam Conover had posted the other day about how one of the studios let it leak that from the heads was saying, we'll let it ride out into like the holiday season so that the writers are going to end up going broke. They won't have a place to live, so they're going to have to come back to the table to take a crappy deal. And Adam Conover said it. He's like, they have a strike fund. They're not just fighting for their rights, they're fighting for the rights of future writers down the line because they won't have jobs as we progress if this continues. And I have to agree with Adam Conover on this one. The writer strike is important because it's setting a precedent. The precedent is that why are we going and having to put up with the studios not wanting to pay the writers? Meanwhile, they made a deal with the Directors Guild. So the Directors Guild, what's the Directors Guild going to do about making movies and TV shows when they don't have scripts? The scripts have to come before the directors.
Right.
So the studios are showing they're doing this out of order, and that's why we've always supported the writer's strike here. And this is one of those situations where it's like, really, we're not going to get the content that we're able to look at and be able to examine and give our impressions of and like share that with other people because everything's going to be gone. What are you going to be looking at? Hey, listen, I've got no problem going back and watching older stuff. I know you don't.
I don't.
I know Jimmy doesn't. So it's like, guess what? I'm going back and watching Perfect Strangers because it reminds me of Mike. So...
Like you really need to be reminded of me.
You know, there are times where I'm just sitting there and all I'm hearing in my head is you saying Bibi Bobkas.
Bibi Bobkas.
Poochie, 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 poochie.
Poochie, 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 poochie.
And let's face it, you know what?
Kosandani.
Yeah. We can't do the dance of joy because my leg doesn't work like that anymore.
I'm not even touching that either.
No, my leg don't work.
Yeah. Well, you heard what happened today at 12.
And you don't want him trying to catch you because he will fall. And
I don't dance because I'm white. Sorry.
No. And nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the
I put baby in the corner.
Not the mama.
Not the mama.
See, these are shows that you can go back and watch, dinosaurs, all these things, but we're not going to get new content with the writer's strike is down.
Yeah.
So the longer the studios want to hold out and be cheap, and I'm going to say they're being cheap because let's face it, you know what? Now Netflix should be scared. They're running on the fact that it's like we're going to get everyone to sign up. They're going to stay because they want to see the final season of Stranger Things. Really?
And The Witcher.
Yeah.
The changeover.
Well, guess what? The 27th, I believe, is the second part of season 3.
And that's the
switch
switch
over
of The Witcher.
Yeah.
But after that, season 4 becomes the Helmsworth brother takes over. What is it, Liam?
Liam takes over.
Yeah, Liam takes over, and I'm sorry, but I don't know if I'm going to watch it after that because it's not Geralt. So I don't know if I want to watch without Cavill. Cavill, being somebody who is that much of a fan and taking the entire thing seriously, was so important to this series. And all the guys behind the scenes are like, he's problematic. He's not problematic. He's a fucking fan. Let's face it, when you have a fan who is your lead and is giving you that, and I've said it before, proper resource. Let's face it, everyone, when Peter Jackson was making Lord of the Rings, they would use Christopher Lee as a prime, source of information because he met Tolkien. He was a part of the Tolkien Society. So if he was alive, he'd be correcting me today. It's not Tolkien, it's Tolkien.
Well, did you hear what he said to Jackson one time? He goes, picture when you walk up behind somebody and you stab them in the back. And Lee goes, I don't have to picture it. He goes, I've done it. And Jackson went, I am not going to direct you anymore, sir. You can direct me. How do you think this should be shot?
Exactly. Yep. And that's the thing. When you have an actor or someone on the writing staff that is a true fan, they're not problematic.
they're true to their character.
Yeah.
They want to give you the best.
Yeah, they are fans that know
Yeah.
there are certain things that leaving things out could be a problem. And you want to be as faithful as you can. Some adaptations work better when you don't follow everything to the letter.
Right.
But I mean, let's face it. Even the creator, the writer of Neverending Story, disavows the movie because they bastardized the first half of the book, and they skip over the second half. I mean, they do come back when they do the second movie. So Neverending Story 2, it does kind of pick up, and takes a lot of the themes from the second half of the book, but it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell, like, if it was made today, I think it could be remade today for the Neverending Story and being done as a series.
Series,
A series would be the way to do it.
The CG on it would be phenomenal.
Oh yeah, and I mean, let's face it, they were used Falcor still
forget
looked great, but it's just it wasn't the same as what it was in there because they completely leave out the entire thing of the giant spider.
Thank God.
Inside. Hey, listen, giant spiders are proving to work apparently.
I have arachnophobia, so I hate giant spiders.
Hey, remember,
Eight-legged
in
freaks.
it was not supposed to be a spider. In both of them, it was supposed to be a turtle.
Really?
No.
Yes.
The thing
book.
No, in the book, and I'm sorry I have to do this, but the Pennywise was basically kicked out by the giant turtle Maternin. So it really is a different creature. It doesn't really have a physical form. The Deadlights are its actual form. The spider just happens to be the prime manifestation after the clown.
Okay. Because what do people hate more than spiders and clowns?
You?
I'm in the top 5.
Midgets.
Midgets. I think it's spiders, clowns, midgets, me.
Yeah, that
Sounds about right?
sounds about right. I would actually think midgets would come after you, not before.
They're so short to lower on the list.
By the way, news flash, you heard about that the Screen Actors Guild is united with them.
Yep.
They went on strike.
Yep. So now that the Actors Guild is following with the strike, you know, it's gonna push a little harder. But remember, like I just said, the Directors Guild got their stuff. Fran Drescher seems to be a little more willing to make more of a deal for the Actors Guild. The writers are going to end up suffering if people go and they drop out too early because the deals work for them, but it doesn't. And being a union member myself of a different union, when contract negotiations go through and you have multiple unions within a corporation, the corporation will go with whatever the shittiest deal they can get is, whoever's willing to take it. And I've experienced where you've had the guys who are ready to retire, they will take the deal that's going to work for them, not caring about the people who are still there. What the writers' strike is actually doing is they're putting the efforts in towards not just for today, but putting it towards the future. And that's the way that every union should be looking at it.
Yeah, but
not
unfortunately...
not just, oh, I want the retro check, and I don't care. It's like, that's the problem.
Yeah, and unfortunately you have union heads, and the head of my union is completely fucking useless. He's... Okay, what's best for him? Screw everybody else, because...
And that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's what Randy Weingartner did with the teachers years ago when Bloomberg was there.
That's
She went what she wanted, and then she screwed everybody else.
That's what Mulgrew's doing now.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, you know. What? Oh. No, I'm pulling up my tablet so we can move on for the next topic, because we did not do our usual movies that are coming out.
Yeah, we didn't. We skipped a month.
We got kind of like really stretched back a little bit. So unfortunately, we'd like to apologize for that. So
Sorry.
We want to kind of hit the movies that have come out so far in July, along with the movies for August, since we'll be on a little bit of a hiatus. So before we start season 2, that's right, we're going to have season 2, folks, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
We're coming back.
So
I'm coming back for
now,
more.
the list that I have, because I pulled up a different list than the one that we started off with originally. So Sound of Freedom came out on July 4th.
But it's never been released.
It hasn't been released, and in all honesty, I have zero desire to see this film. From everything I've heard, it is way too much propaganda and nonsense. It is too political, and it leans way too far to one side than the other.
Okay.
I heard it's been at the Regal.
Yeah, it wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah.
Now, Insidious, the Red Door.
Mm-hmm.
They'll find.
Well, actually, on the sheet that I have, it's Insidious: Fear the Dark.
Yeah, they changed the
They
title.
changed the title.
So
Mhm.
it's the Red Door. I haven't really watched the Insidious franchise
Neither
too much.
have I.
I think
No.
maybe I've seen one. And I need to go back and actually watch them. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I think because, I'm not sure, Jimmy, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but does it cross over with like the Annabelle franchise?
All the franchises crossed over, started the crossover thanks to Insidious 1.
Yeah, so Insidious, Annabelle, and I think there was another one.
This
that,
has nothing to do with the Conjuring franchise, right?
I think The Conjuring
Yeah.
also crosses in.
Well-
so there's too much, like there's a lot to
Because
figure out.
Patrick Wilson's in this.
Yeah.
Patrick Wilson, isn't he also in the Conjuring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays.
So it's trying to figure out, like, really, like,
Yeah.
where to, like, what goes in which order.
But
so
this is
that's
supposed to be the end of the Insidious
supposed
franchise.
to be, but, you know, we'll see. And it's a PG-13 movie. So a PG-13
Did
horror.
they drop it from an R?
No, I think they've all been PG-13 for the most part. You can get some good scares out of a
Oh,
PG-13
definitely.
movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely,
it's just,
but I just thought, just given by the name alone, it'd be definitely an R-rated.
yeah. So now then there's the movie Joyride, came out on the 7th. Know nothing about
Nothing
it.
about it. I haven't heard
Yeah,
of
it's
it.
something about the bunch of Korean girls traveling because they want to be a Korean band. That would be
Next.
at the Alamo.
Next,
That-
please.
That might actually be kind of
Yeah.
fun to watch once it hits streaming.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Which this is one of the reasons why.
But I might go
like,
see it just to
yeah.
keep the streak up.
Now then, there's The Lesson, that came out on July 7th. Know nothing about this.
Nope.
With Richard E. Grant. I don't.
No idea.
Yeah, it didn't get pushed. We have no clue.
Next.
So then there's the Netflix release, The Outlaws, with Pierce Brosnan and Nina Dobrev.
See, I saw something for that the other day, which got me interested about
I
it.
want to check that out. I like Nina Dobrev and Pierce Brosnan,
Pierce
so
Brosnan.
this should be interesting to
Bond.
see
Yeah.
of them as like it's. I think the premise is like that it's she's going to be getting married to somebody, and I don't know if it's her family or his family, that they're criminals.
I think it's her family.
Her family's the criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that should be interesting. Now, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, Part
One.
1.
Of course, it's got to be Part 1. I've only seen the first Mission Impossible movie. I did not keep up with the franchise.
I haven't kept up with
I
it.
haven't kept up with the franchise. I saw the first one. I was like, okay. Second one, I was like, meh. Skipped a whole bunch of them. I think I got into it again when I saw, which one was the one with Cavill? Ghost Protocol?
Yeah.
I saw
That's
that
the
one-
last one.
Yeah, I saw that one with my brother, and I was like, okay, interesting, but he needs to end this. Like, he just, enough.
Tom Cruise has
Tom Cruise.
nothing else to do. The only thing I will say is whatever the hell Scientology has done to him, they have found a way to stop the aging process, because this motherfucker doesn't seem like he's aging.
Oh, they probably freeze him after each film.
Oh,
and
I
they,
would- yeah, I wouldn't
they
be
bring,
surprised.
they bring him out.
Before they drop him in a volcano to thaw him out.
Yep.
So
L. Ron Hubbard.
they-
Dianetics.
the fact that they still think L. Ron Hubbard's coming back.
Listen, people think
Now,
Walt
is
Disney's
it L.
coming
Ron
back.
Howard come back, or is it Xenu?
It could be both. Who knows? When you're a bad science fiction writer and you realize writing science fiction books isn't making me the money,
Let me make it a religion.
I'll make a religion.
And the funny thing is, I remember being a kid watching TV in the commercials. Read Dianetics by
By
L. Ron Hubbard.
And the
Yeah.
volcano.
And the volcano. I was like, no,
I-
you're not telling me what to do.
I didn't even know what it was.
I didn't know what it was either.
I looked at it and I saw those commercials and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's a volcano. It means nothing. Somebody went and somebody got interested in reading it apparently, but not for me.
Yeah.
I knew someone's mother that was a Scientologist, and there is one in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been assaulted waiting in line when the Virgin Megastore was around to do the Playboy signings when the WWE Divas were doing their signings there.
Yes.
I was out there waiting, and I kid you not, they actually went and they were like trying to get people to go, and I think they gave me one of the flyers and I kept it. But when they gave me the flyer, I was like, "Oh, is this that crazy cult that believes in aliens?" And I said it right out in front of them. Now, let's follow this up with the next movie on the list, Theater Camp. Ben Platt and Molly Gordon. I know nothing about this
Nope.
one.
Let me tell you this. I've seen the trailer. It's funny. Ben Platt and his husband is in it.
Okay.
I don't know if you are familiar watching The Good Doctor.
Nope.
All right. One of the doctors on there that's gay. That's his husband
Okay.
and everything. This is a doctor. He's Jewish, but he was kicked out of his family because he was gay. But in this movie, in Theater Camp, Ike Bernholtz is in it and
Is
everything.
Theater Camp the sequel to Band Camp?
No. It's even funny. He goes,
One
somebody ate my edibles, and I think I know who it is, and you see this kid's...
All right. Well, now, A-Fire?
P-Fire.
Yeah,
Hit.
I have no clue. Comes out on the 21st of July. It's going to bomb.
You know what?
Because no one is going to see it, because this is going to be the day where there's going to be a lot of the conflict of who's seeing what. Because, let's face it, we all know Barbie and Oppenheimer are both coming out on the 21st.
I want to see Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
And a
wanna
lot
see
of
that.
people
I
want
wanna
to see
see
Barbie. So this is going to... I want to see Barbie.
You can see Barbie.
I'll see Barbie. Listen, that looks like it's going to be really funny.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken.
Oh,
I can.
I think the funniest thing is that they went and Pierce Morgan was complaining about how all the Barbies have different jobs, they have all this different stuff, but all the Kens in the movie are just Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not realizing, you do realize the dolls were made for girls, and Ken is considered an accessory.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that would truly make it hilarious for me is if Barbie goes and ends up you come across a Barbie that's walking around
With
with
G.I.
G.I.
Joe.
instead of a Ken doll, because that to me would just be that's how everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody-
It's like, oh, you had a brother and a sister. They had a Ken doll. It's like,
See
G.I.
that? You
Joe.
see her walking
No.
around with a wrestler.
oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
It would be the funniest goddamn thing ever. So then we got Barbie coming out and Oppenheimer. And we've already now just established you guys want to see Oppenheimer. I want to see Barbie.
I want to see now. If you notice this, if the pattern right now, and I'm cross my fingers on it because I hope he does it. He did Dunkirk, Nolan. Now he's done Oppenheimer. What's next? And I hope he does something that he's going to go somewhere different. I mean, if he does Rommel, good. If he does, I mean, they've already done Churchill so many times. You do something. You've done so many movies in the Pacific, with Midway and everything. He went to Oppenheimer. Everybody's like, who is this? Listen, stop, look around, just put everything away and watch this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
And
The only way people knew about it was Sheldon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. So, we're getting something that's going to be historical and very interesting, but it's Nolan, and I have a problem sometimes sitting through Nolan's movies, especially in the fucking theater.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's not gonna be long.
So, because it's going to be so long, I don't think I have the testicular fortitude
Or bladder control.
Yeah.
to be able to sit through 3 fucking hours. I'm sorry, I missed the days of an hour and a half when you told a story in an hour and a half.
At least 2 hours, $1.40, 2
Yeah.
hours.
So now we're gonna move on because this one's coming out on Netflix. The Clone Tyrone, starring Jamie Foxx on
Yes.
Netflix.
I actually saw a poster for that.
Yeah.
And
I'm just gonna leave it at its title, The Clone Tyrone,
And
starring
John-
Jamie Foxx. What
and
else are you to
John
do?
Boyega's in it too.
Who?
yeah,
John Boyega.
So
What else do you need to know?
the good thing is, at the very least, it is coming out on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not something that, even if it ends up being 2 hours,
Yeah, you can
I can
pause.
pause and
Was
go to
it
the bathroom. Because these are movies that it's like, you know what, I can understand the ambition and the drive, but you get to a certain point where you're sitting there and you're like, come on, I need a fucking break.
Yeah.
When is that coming out?
That's on July 21st.
And it's funny
Okay.
because like all the movies you've just read off so far, with
Yeah.
the exception of maybe 3, I do not have on my list.
Yeah, well, like I said, I got an updated list from the one I gave you at the beginning of the year because,
Yeah.
you know, things
Should
are
change.
Things are
they
changing.
change.
Yeah.
So I looked it up.
Because this is changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then there's the first Slam Dunk that's coming out on July 28th. I
Oh.
don't know anything about this
What
one.
the heck did I see? That it was the 27th.
We don't have any movies on the
Movies.
27th, but
No, coming Peacock.
what's on
What?
Peacock?
Twisted Metal.
Ooh.
Now that I'm interested,
Yes.
but that's going to be a series.
And Samoa Joe is doing the body work for
Samoa
the
Joe's
Killer
doing
Clown.
the body work, but Will Arnett is
Will
gonna
Arnett's doing the voice.
voice.
Yes.
I saw the footage of Sweet Tooth
Yes.
and Anthony Mackie. And I'm
He's
just
getting the
like,
shit beat out of him.
it's like, you're coming to the show, right? It's like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm gonna be at the show. It's like that is gonna be one of the most interesting things because I remember playing the game as a kid, and
Yes.
all it was just the cars.
Yeah.
And it's like now it's become the characters
Right.
of the drivers. So this should be kind of interesting. I mean, it can't be any worse than Need for Speed.
Don't say that because Gran Turismo is coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, but Gran Turismo is basically now. That's not the story of the game itself.
No.
This is a kid who
Like-
plays the game becoming a driver
Right.
in the race. So this is going to be a different story.
We hope.
It's not like, oh, we're doing a run and it's in the universe of. No, this is the game, and it's moving forward.
Yeah.
So this should be somewhat more
And the
interesting.
guy that this is actually about, he's doing the stunt driving in this.
Really?
Yeah.
And now we have Disney's Haunted Mansion.
I actually want to see that.
This
Yeah.
I want to see. I just saw an Allstate commercial.
Yes, I saw
Yeah.
that
With
too.
Rosario Dawson
Yep.
and Jake from Allstate.
Yep.
I'm like, this is absolutely hilarious.
I like the line that they have in it for the trailer. What's his name? The priest.
Oh, Owen Wilson?
Owen Wilson, thank you. I just blanked out on his name. It's like he's talking to say, well, you know, it's kind of normal. And he goes, and the other person goes, yeah, we have a guy walking around with his head in a lantern box. And Owen Wilson goes, the hell is normal about that? What's kind of about that? What's kind of normal about that?
Yeah. So now we have.
And
but-
just back on that, it's a little bit darker than what you would expect from a Disney film.
yeah, well, we've
And this is a
covered
remake, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've gone over this
Yeah.
because we watched the trailer. I know I watched.
I watched
the
it with
trailer,
you.
Yeah.
and it is absolutely worth it.
Yes.
because of the fact that it's not the Eddie Murphy tone.
Mm-hmm.
They amped it up and gave it more of the serious tone.
Right.
They gave him more like even the ride.
Yeah.
And-
Really the ride.
And that's where it really is going to shine.
Right. It's a little more serious in its goofiness.
Especially with, and then the casting that they have alone, it's not just riding on one big name.
Right.
They have a bunch of people in there that are going to make this amped up and worth it.
Right.
So then we've got Sympathy for the Devil with Nicolas Cage. That's coming out on the 28th.
Yes.
And we also have Talk to Me, which
I don't like to talk to you.
I don't even know what this fucking movie's about. I just know it's an R-rated movie starring Sophia Wilde and Joe Berg.
Okay, the
Okay.
first time I saw this trailer was Scream 6.
Okay.
Okay.
All right? And I was like, what the heck is this? Because it's like, you grab this hand, and it's like, talk to me.
No. Give me back my shit. Fine, I'll talk to you. You broke up with me, you dumb whore. Give me back my shirt.
Yeah.
And
So-
then they just finally brought it back. I'm like, I thought this movie came out already.
And that's the problem, you know.
Yeah.
They're not showing like a bunch of trailers for things. Like I saw one trailer for Kraken, and I thought it was cute. It was like a cute trailer, and I'd be interested to see it. It went to the theaters, and I didn't even know it. So I'm like, I guess I'm waiting for streaming.
Well, this stuff, what is it? Spinning Gold, the story of Casablanca Records.
Yeah.
they had the posters up at the Alamo, and I'm like, I talked to the guy. One of the managers says, "Okay, where's this movie?" And he's like, "Come double check next week and everything on the what's coming out." Okay, wasn't there. Then I go on Fandango. It's over at the Regal.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't know where the movie's going.
It's a limited
Yeah.
run, and it's not going everywhere. So when they do this to movies, meanwhile the studios keep bitching, moaning, and complaining that they're not making the box offices that they're looking for. You're spending $200 billion on a fucking movie. Meanwhile, you want people to go, and you think they're going to spend that money. It's like, seriously, we've learned a very valuable lesson since the pandemic. If it tanks at the box office, it'll go on streaming faster.
Yeah.
So why the hell would I go and risk seeing something? You go to the movie theater to see a Marvel movie because you know people are going to spoil it when it first comes out. So you've got a total of, if you're lucky, 3 days before everyone's telling you everything about the movie. And I know you don't mind spoilers. I mind to a degree where it's like, if you're going to give me a spoiler that's going to get me interested in it, great. But if you go and you're giving me something where it's like, you're telling me all the points, I'm now not going to want to see it, and I'll be like, I'll just wait.
Yeah, because why am I going to waste money on it when you already gave me the good parts?
Yeah.
Yes, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Russell, Rosebud was a sled.
Yeah, we did that to Russell during the, what was it, Attack
Episode
of the Clones?
3.
Oh, episode 3?
Episode 3.
So when episode 3 was coming out, we went and he wanted no spoilers whatsoever, and one of us went and Nuzzy came out and he goes and tells him, he's like, Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father, and it's like, oh my, like, gives him the obvious spoiler for down the line, and then all of a sudden it's Rosebud was a sled. It's like, we're going to give you all the spoilers for things that you should know by now, because it's been over 20, 30 years, so who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, to sell you on an anime, all I had to tell you was the racist, like, Gundams.
The golden noodle. What?
Yeah, no, like, really, they really are some of the most racist, like, things when you look back at it. Like, the Mandala Gundam for Neo Nepal, there's one where it's like, it's a snake Gundam. Greece is Zeus Gundam. So it looks like it's supposed to be a Greek god of Zeus with a hammer riding on a chariot with the Pegasus.
Does the Gundam look like Russell Crowe?
No. I think it came out way before
definitely.
the movie, but yeah, it's one of those things where you're looking at them. The Francis Gundam looks like
Tell me it wears like a beret.
No. Actually, looks more like back during like Napoleon.
Oh, with the sideways hat?
Yeah, the sideways hat, like the armor and everything.
Does it have
Napoleon.
His hand like on his stomach?
No, but it's got like the giant sash.
Oh, God.
But it fires off rose bullets. So it shoots off, like the bullets look like rose petals.
I will make you smell good before I kill you.
No, but it shoots lasers.
Same difference.
So it's actually pretty cool, but it's like you
instead of throwing discs, it throws croissants.
Well, listen,
I will throw my croissant at you.
Listen, I told him the last time, Mexico's Gundam is called Tequila Gundam.
Yes.
It has a sombrero, the poncho. It is, and when you first see it, it's hunched over sleeping.
Wait. Now the Gundams have that.
I didn't tell him.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Now wait a minute though. The Gundams have that the cockpit, right?
Yeah.
Is the worm in the cockpit?
No.
Like the tequila bottle?
Yeah, no, because what they did was for like the other Gundam series, the pilots are like in like a cockpit, normal cockpit, like if they were flying a plane. This is it's the motion suit. So they have the suits form over their bodies, and their movements and fighting skills go through the robot.
Kind of like Pacific Rim.
Yeah. I think that's where they got it in Pacific Rim. They got that from there.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at August's movies now.
Okay.
So August, you got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
Turtle power.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
That I'm kind of interested in. I didn't follow like all the different series of the Ninja Turtle stuff, and I don't think you have to.
No.
But this looks like it could be kind of fun.
Seth Rogen as Bebop, John Cena as Rocksteady,
Yeah.
Jackie Chan
Well,
as
Considering-
Splinter.
Considering the fact the Michael Bay ones.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Michael Bay.
but
No.
Sheamus.
Yeah,
Uh,
Sheamus, yes.
Sheamus and Uncle Ruckus.
Yes.
Playing Bebop and Rocksteady. It was just like, are you goddamn kidding me? Especially because the guy with the mohawk is not what you would
Yeah,
figure
you expect him to be
Sheamus, and
Yeah,
it's not.
It's not.
It was weird. Now we've got the Meg 2.
I saw the Meg 1, and I'm like, why? It's like a train wreck. You can't stop watching. I got a feeling if I see it, I'm gonna be like, oh, shit. I want to see it just for, like, the one scene you see in the trailer. You see Jason Statham running on the dock, and you see the Meg biting on its ass. And then he turns around with his back against the wall, and he puts his feet up, and he's holding the Meg back with his foot.
See, now, I need to keep this podcast going just long enough for Crackoon to come out to make you watch that.
No, please tell me that's a joke.
No, I'm dead serious.
No, they're really making a crack.
I showed you the trailer.
I thought that was fake.
No, the trailer's real.
It looked fake.
It looks ridiculous, but it's real. We're watching Crackoon when it comes out.
Fuck it, we're making Cracky Walk. We're making Cracky Walk. No, that's Crack Wookie. That's the sequel.
Are you going to ask Puma to...
Yes, I will put Puma, Nicole Puma, if you are listening to this, I'm going to find you a Wicked suit from, not the witch, I'm talking about the Ewok, and because you're the same... Yeah, yes, Yub Yub. We will have the Yub Yub song in there, and Puma, you will be in the Ewok suit, so don't grow. Love you, Puma. And that's why I can say shit like that, because I love her. Because she's Puma, and she's great, and if I say anything bad, she'll beat the shit out of my knees, because she's just that tall. Love you, Puma.
I still have to say, one moment that everyone needs to see is Puma's portrayal in the comic book Jones movie.
And the funny thing is, she's short. No two ways about it. And she's short. She's a short girl, but she's cool as ice. But the person we have her playing opposite of is like 6 feet tall, and she's like not. She's maybe 5 feet. And we're like, how are we going to address the height issue? Because it looks like he's talking to a child when he's standing next to her. So you only see them standing next to each other at one point. And you only get them from the waist up because we brought out a step stool. Puma, stand on this. And she was the size of a normal human being at that point. Every other scene you see them in, she's standing, he's sitting. Or it's the other way around. The only time you see them is when Puma step on a step stool.
But we do show her stepping off the steps.
We do. We see her stepping off and walking into the
Comic
office.
Book Jones movie coming soon to Amazon.com.
Yeah, right.
Listen, if we could have sold that, we would have.
You kidding? We had Prime Days 11 and 12.
Listen, it's on my YouTube channel, Blue Dragoon 13. Anyone can check it out, and I highly recommend checking it out.
Even if you just watch it for the watch a movie how not to be made.
I was waiting for the DVD for a nickel.
That much?
All right, a quarter.
Wow, quarter.
Wow,
he went up.
You know what? If we can get 1,000 followers,
You're on crack.
if we can get 1,000 followers, I will make a DVD of the actual movie, and we will get cover art, we will sign it, and we will send that to a listener, because we will hold a contest, but that requires us to get 1,000 followers.
Okay, let's slow your roll here, all right? We couldn't get 50 to grow the fucking Magnum stash. Or
We don't
for you
know.
to go
Listen,
babyface.
listen. While we're recording this in advance, if we do hit 50, by the time that this episode comes out, we will post a special post on Facebook and Instagram, letting everyone know
Okay, well,
that
let's
it's
make
getting
it
done. If it doesn't happen by the end of July, we have to come up with something new for
but
season 2.
let's keep it a little more real. 1,000. Let's
That's for a DVD.
let's make it a little more realistic. How about we say 500?
I'm gonna go with 1,000. I want to be optimistic.
Okay, fine.
Doug, find 1,000
Yes,
friends.
Doug's fine. Doug, find 990 more people.
Listen, there's Comic-Cons all over the tri-state area in the next few months.
What I love is the fact that Jimmy has now joined in on the fact that Doug is the guy we're relying
Yes.
on to find us followers.
Doug is our unofficial public relations agent.
Yes.
Public relations.
So now,
I think I might have found a very tall woman working at the Barbie cafe that could help us.
Pauline?
Yeah. She's been playing with turkeys and squirrels, so that's a horse of a different color.
plays with squirrels.
She took her nuts.
Pauline, if you're listening, we still love
We
you.
love you, Pauline.
Yes, we do. And you're more than welcome to come on the show anytime.
Yup.
Now we've got Problemista. I know
No idea.
nothing about this movie,
me.
but it has Tilda Swinton in it.
Who?
Tilda Swinton.
Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That's the one about the kid that's trying to get himself a green card. So he works for Tilda Swinton, and they're doing a gallery. It's just weird.
of course.
Things you see at the Alamo, which is pretty damn good, by the way. 2655 Highland Boulevard. Cheap pop.
Unofficial,
Unofficial,
non-advertisement.
not-
Because we don't have any paid advertisements here.
But we will take them.
We will take any. You want to give us money? Knock yourself out. We won't
Yeah.
say no.
So, there
What's
you
next
go.
up on the list?
So next up on the list, we've got Challengers with Zendaya and Josh O'Connor. This is I think the tennis movie.
Yes,
that
yes.
is-
Yes.
everyone has been making fun of Tom Holland for, because it's like when Spider-Man's away, Mary Jane's gonna
Will
play,
play.
because it's like you see her like in bed with the two guys on each side
Yep.
having the threesome, and it's like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. I think one of the guys on TikTok was watching a fake trailer for Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland, and it gets to that scene, and I'm like dying laughing because he's reacting to this fake
Yes,
trailer.
I
like
saw that
it was
one too.
real. I was like, why? Now we have Gran Turismo with David Harbour and Orlando Bloom.
I'll give it a shot.
I'm willing to give it a shot, but I don't know if I'm willing to pay to see it in the theater.
Okay. I mean, I just said give it a shot. I'll wait
Yeah.
for it.
I'll
Or
give
I
it
don't
a
know.
shot.
If nothing else is out, I might go see it.
Now, there's no rating for this next movie, but it does come out on August 11th, same day as Gran Turismo Go West with Sean Astin and Mallory Everton. Know nothing about it,
Nothing.
but it's Sean Astin, so it has me at least a little interested. Then again, I'm interested when I see Sean Astin in something and I'm like, I want to see that. Because he really is really good. And what I found cute is on TikTok, they've had Sean Astin standing there and you hear Tara Strong in the Bubbles voice going, Rudy, 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 Rudy. And she comes up to him and she tells him he's hardcore. It's like, it is one of the most adorable things. So this is something I might really want to see. And then we have Heart of Stone coming to Netflix. And that one is on August 11th, starring Gal Gadot.
Okay.
So I'm probably pronouncing her last
Is
name
it Gadot or Godot?
Godot.
Gadot.
something.
Like waiting for?
Yeah.
The problem is it ends with a T.
I think it's silent.
Yeah. That's the Israeli couscous version
Well,
of
you
it.
know what? Gail, if you're out there listening to us,
Please correct me. if
correct
I'm
us. But you have to like leave a little video message because you typing in won't work.
wrong. Yeah.
We'll still screw it up.
If you send us a little video message at dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com. That's dragoonslairpodcast, all one word. Dragoon is spelled with 2 O's. That's dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Just drop us a video message. And if you can, just correct me if I'm saying your name wrong.
Yes,
That's
please,
all.
please. That's all we want.
Yeah. That's it. Just correct me if I'm saying your name wrong. Now, it's going to be on Netflix, so it's definitely something I'll give a shot. It's not like it's going to require me to have to leave my house. I love when I don't have to leave the house. That's why I love ordering food like from Icon Meals, Butcher Box. I never have to leave the house, and especially in this
How are the
heat wave
steaks
for the
with Butcher
summer.
Box? Good?
Oh, I love them. Like they're like
Good.
I wish they would sponsor us because, in all honesty, like the quality of the meat is amazing, and it's like and they give you recipes for stuff too on their website. So it's like, if anybody is interested, email me at dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com. I'm not doing the whole thing again. But if you email me, I will send you my personal link so you can go and you can sign up. I think right now they're doing a deal where you get New York strip steaks for a year.
Bacon for life.
Well, there was the bacon for life.
Yes.
There's 2 pounds of ground beef for life, which I got that deal. But right now I heard that they're doing like the New York steaks for a year. So for the first year of your order, as long as you don't cancel, it's something worth it, and that's a non-paid advertisement.
Okay.
Just something out there.
Yeah.
Now we'll go back into the movies. You got Jules, starring Ben Kingsley, on August 11th. Know nothing about that one. Last Voyage of Demeter.
Sounds like a Greek epic.
With the 2 names on there, I'm going to say it's probably Greek or something European that I can't pronounce.
Well, that guy, David whatever, I believe he was... that guy. I believe he was...
I'm butchering that name.
Yeah, oh.
I
believe he was the spot guy from Suicide Squad. He was the one with the spots on him. I think that's
Polka
him.
Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man.
He was also the schizophrenic in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And he was also Murdoch in the new MacGyver. When they redid MacGyver, he was Murdoch.
Murdoch? There's a Murdoch? I thought that was 18.
Murdoch is 18, but MacGyver's nemesis in the original show was Murdoch. And they brought him back for the reboot, and it was this guy also. If this is the same person who played Polka Dot Man, then he did a whole bunch. I could have seen him playing the Joker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he would be a good choice for Joker.
all right.
I heard Jackie Earle Haley wants to play Mad Hatter in the Batman. He's already campaigned.
That would be a good. That would be a
Yes.
very good choice.
I would be okay with him playing like Mad Hatter, but that's also because I'm very weary. I loved his Rorschach, hated his Freddy
Krueger.
Yeah.
That was legitimately terrible. But that entire movie was...
Yeah. You can't, with a movie that bad, you can't really blame the actors.
And the problem really wasn't that the movie was that bad. It just more fell into the realm of you changed too much of the mythos, because let's be clear, you can get behind a child murderer. Killing kids, every parent out there has wanted to kill their kids at some point or another. I mean, let's face it, the 3 of us have grown up where our parents said, I brought you into this world, I could take you out. Now, making him a child molester, yeah, you cannot get behind that at all. That is just like, no. You found the limit. It's like...
They did the same thing with 2016 Ghostbusters. They changed too much of the mythos.
Well, the all-female Ghostbusters wasn't so much as... The problem really wasn't that they changed too much. They weren't respectful of the past. The real issue was you had some of the funniest women out there, but you gave them a terrible script.
Right. If, like I keep saying, if they would have acknowledged the originals.
Yeah.
Like I keep saying, Bankman said in the beginning, the franchise rights alone make us rich. Put them in Chicago, put them in L.A., acknowledge, say we bought a franchise.
And that's all they needed to do was switch the location of where they were at and have it as a franchise, and that would have done wonders for helping that movie. But instead, you have a director that decided, it's like, no, we're going to just say every guy who doesn't like this movie is a sexist male chauvinist, and they don't find women funny. No, these are some of the funniest women out there.
Yeah, even they couldn't save that script.
No.
Nope.
And I mean, I saw the Little Mermaid live action, and it actually isn't bad. I have to give it credit where credit's due. They expanded on Eric's character, so Prince Eric isn't just like cardboard cutout. And they gave him a song.
Really?
They gave him a backstory where he collects a whole bunch of stuff, just like Ariel. Like his room where he keeps all his stuff looks like her cave underwater. Like that's how much crap is filled in there.
Okay.
And it's like they didn't rush the 2 of them together. like even after like by the end, it's not like, oh, Ursula's defeated and they're just it's like Trident's just gonna make the two of them be put together. They extended it out more, so they made it feel like it was more earned.
Okay.
So for 2 hours, it actually wasn't bad. My only gripe is I don't like the look of how a real crab looks. So making Sebastian look like a real crab, it's like no. It felt a little
creepy.
too creepy.
Yeah.
In that respect, but
Melissa McCarthy.
as Ursula,
Yes.
That was a good choice.
Very
great
good choice.
She was really good, and I even liked how there was the double casting because then they had to cast someone else for Ursula's human form. So they didn't just use Melissa McCarthy in a human form. They went and it was like Ursula was still Ursula, and then when she uses the spell to transform herself into the cute brunette, using Ariel's voice, she does it. And they found somebody. They have another actress.
That's cool.
So it wasn't like, oh, we're just gonna like keep slapping the same. They
That's an interesting choice.
yeah.
It keeps people. It would keep people's interest. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. This was a Disney live action remake where I don't like and don't see the need for most of them. You want to do a separate story like Cruella?
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Maleficent?
Fine.
Fine.
You're going in depth on another character. When you're retelling the story, The Lion King is a prime example.
Yeah,
of,
you don't need it.
It was animated and it's CG. You're doing the same thing over
Yeah.
again.
Same thing with the Jungle Book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh, the Lion King is live action." No, it's not.
It's
because the
computer
fucking lions
generated.
will eat everybody.
Yeah, it's computer generated. It's not live action.
Yeah.
Just call it a CG animated
call it
movie.
yeah.
Questlove is doing the Aristocats. I do want to see this because it's Questlove and music.
That could be interesting
Yes.
because of the fact that it's the
Cats.
Aristocats, and it's like so much further removed.
Yeah.
It's not like it was part of the '90s Renaissance
Right.
of like Disney coming back.
It's like one.
Yeah.
It's up there with the Rescuers, where it just
Yeah.
it flies under the radar.
And
Yeah.
that would be something else that it's like, okay, like, in all honesty, I think at this point, Disney wants to do a live action version of the Black Cauldron.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting
that
to
would work.
see it live action and now modern day.
That would work.
Because it was considered the movie that kind of like started tanking Disney.
I
But
still remember
was
when
the
it-
Black Cauldron Disney or was that
No.
Don Bluth?
It was
Disney.
Disney.
It was it.
It was
Yeah.
because I remember they had
The Secret
for
of NIMH.
almost
That's what I'm
a-
thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they had for a month. Disney rented Radio City. They were showing Return to Oz with Fairuza Balk and the Black Cauldron.
Do you remember the Disney sci-fi flick The Black Hole?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That is another film that
Anthony Perkins was
Anthony
in it.
Perkins, Maximilian Schell.
Ciao.
Yeah, there's
That's
a
another
lot.
one that could be redone
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Now let's get back to the list. So, where did I leave off?
They
You were
The
Last Voyage of
Last
Demeter.
Voyage
Yeah.
of the Demeter.
So now there's passages, wide release. I don't.
No idea.
No idea. This is a wide release for something that
Not that wide.
You haven't been promoting it, so we have no clue. So yeah, who gives a crap? Now back on the strip with Kevin Hart and Colleen Camp. I don't know. I mean, Kevin
It
Hart.
sounds like
movie-
it's going to be in Vegas, and one of the two of them is going to be a stripper.
Kevin Hart.
If
is,
it's Kevin Hart, I'll die laughing.
Kevin Hart's movies are hit or miss.
Yeah.
It's very cookie cutter with him.
It's either you slap him with a rock and it's gonna
And
be
it saves his
and
movie.
Yeah.
It saves the movie. Even though I have some issues with the Rock's practices because the only reason he came back to the Fast and the Furious franchise
He needed the money.
No, they offered him his own movie separate, so he's getting a Hobbs movie.
Well, that's what they did before, Hobbs and Shaw.
No.
Yeah.
They gave him his own movie because of the fact that this is what they have to do because he decided he was going to take over the DC universe
Which
with
didn't
Black
work.
Arrow, and that didn't do so good.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. There are certain creative decisions that I do not think that actors, even if you're becoming a producer, you shouldn't do. And there was an
Yeah.
overreach.
Yeah.
He tried to have his hand in too much, and it finally bit him in the ass.
It also doesn't help when you have like the Fast and the Furious franchise. Vin Diesel can only take so much damage with, according to his contract. The Rock can only take so much damage. You are really strangling your writers and what they can do creatively. So now we've got one that I know all three of us are going to be interested in seeing, Blue Beetle.
Yes.
Blue Beetle comes out on August 18th.
Oh,
I am really interested in seeing this. Jolo, I can't pronounce this kid's name, but from Cobra Kai, he's proven that he can act and he's good. And him as Jaime Reyes from all of these trailers.
He looks like he's a good fit.
Yeah.
It looks like a good fit.
Yep.
I'm only curious to know because they do show Cord Industries.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you think they're going to throw mention to Ted Cord?
Yeah, that's where if they show Ted Cord in some respect, I think that will be like a true selling point for any fans of the classic Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Because Ted Cord, out of every comic book character ever created, is considered to be one of the most beloved.
Yep.
You can't find one person that really hated Ted Cord. I mean, let's face it, his death caused Wonder Woman to kill someone.
Yeah. Now, have you heard Nathan Fillion joining the cast of the Superman film?
Yes.
Yes. I am now the thing is James Gunn has been releasing for Superman Legacy, and he said it himself, and I'm glad he said it, that the other characters are not there to set up other things.
Which is fine.
This is Superman in a world where there are other superheroes. Now, they just released, this was an extra one, Metamorpho is going to be in it.
Yes.
So they're going to have Metamorpho, Mr. Terrific,
Okay.
Hawkgirl,
Okay.
and we're getting Green Lantern, but we're getting Guy
Gardner.
Gardner.
Which
And
is fine.
I don't
Yes.
think Nathan Fillion to me seems more like he would have made a better choice for Hal Jordan.
And then, isn't he playing Hal Jordan?
No.
No,
He's playing Guy Gardner?
he's playing Guy
Guy
Gardner.
Gardner.
No, see, I would cast him as Hal Jordan.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Where Ryan Reynolds, I saw him
Kyle Rayner.
as Kyle Rayner.
Yep.
So there are so many different Green Lanterns they could have chosen from. And in all honesty, I was not expecting Guy Gardner.
Nope.
I am pleasantly surprised because I like Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
He is kind of a badass, but he's the bad boy of
Right.
the
Lantern
He
Corps.
got the ring, but it doesn't play by their rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And he doesn't have the ring, he has rings.
Right.
yeah, because he's been a Red Lantern.
He's been I would say
Yellow
Red Lantern.
Lantern.
So he's hit the spectrum.
He's been around the
Yep.
block.
The thing is, Nathan Fillion is a great actor, so I'm interested to seeing what he does.
Yeah.
I just really wish it wasn't Guy Gardner. I was actually more surprised that James Gunn didn't go with Jon Stewart.
He would have been a good
The
choice.
Jon Stewart Green Lantern, and not the comedian Jon Stewart.
No, I know.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying this
we
for
know.
the non-comic book fans out
Yes.
there.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, there's Jon Stewart, comedian, talk show host, and then everyone who watched Justice League and Justice League Unlimited.
And the Green Lantern.
And they know Jon Stewart, Green Lantern.
Yeah, he was in the Green Lantern cartoon.
Oh, yes, he was. And he was also in Emerald Knights.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the thing. Emerald Knights, though, focused on a lot of the different ones.
Which was fine,
And-
which was interesting.
And Nathan Fillion was voicing
In
Hal
the
Jordan.
not in Emerald Knights though. That was Christopher Maloney. Christopher
Yeah.
Maloney did it in Emerald Knights. Nathan Fillion did it in Justice League War, like those films. That's
Yeah.
when he did it.
But that's the thing. It's, when it comes to casting, Guy Gardner's pretty much the Green Lantern that flies under the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's bringing something else different in because if you look, with the movies he's releasing for Gods and Monsters, he's releasing The Authority. He's releasing, what is it, something with the Frankenstein. He's releasing movies
Yeah.
that to catch the interest of the DC viewer, not just
Batman,
well,
Superman,
yeah,
Batman,
yeah.
Well,
Superman.
Wonder Woman,
the
Flash.
problem too was that the Snyderverse tried to cram way too much stuff in, and they tried to do setups where minor setups like the Marvel universe has done in the MCU, where it was like Iron Man. You have Nick Fury at the end, and he's setting things up, but it wasn't like a real long
Right.
pull where you weren't looking for like the next movie was gonna be. It was like, no, you got Ed Norton's Hulk, and there it is. Robert Downey Jr. comes in at the end to talk to Thunderbolt Ross.
Right.
So it set things up, but it wasn't dependent on.
Right, and that's where Marvel had a plan. We're gonna do this, and then this, and then, like, each one of those movies were standalone.
Yeah.
Okay, and at the end, if you sit through the credits, we're gonna throw this at you. So let's see if you pay attention. DC, on the other hand, always put their money Batman, Superman, and retelling the origin stories. We don't need it all
listen,
the time.
Batman and Superman are characters that everyone's going to see.
Right,
It's tried and true.
Right, but that's where DC put their money. Oh, we need something box office. Let's do Superman again. Let's do Batman again. When Marvel started doing their whole thing, DC went, holy shit. That's when they went to Snyder and say, Schneider. That's when they went to Snyder and said, you need to do something like that. And we need it now. And that's why he tried to cram everything in.
And unfortunately, though, that was the problem of cramming too much stuff in.
That's why they had to have the wake service, funeral service in the Flash.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. That's what everybody called it. The Flash was the death of the Snyderverse.
Yep.
And I hate to say it was the death of the Snyderverse. And what the heck else were they doing it? It's like they played Crisis with it.
The problem was for The Flash. The Flash wasn't a terrible movie.
No.
The problem is...
It was funny.
It has a terrible star.
Yeah.
Ezra
Miller is the Black Plague when it comes to these movies. No one was going to go to the theater to see The Flash. Now,
The only reason went because people wanted to see Affleck in the suit one more time, and they wanted to see Michael Keaton again.
Yeah,
That's why I went.
It was all about seeing Keaton in the suit,
Yep.
rather than anything else. It was the last time we were getting Gal's Wonder Woman, last time Batman Affleck. It's a damn shame that it was the last time, but at the same time, we're also sitting there, and the only two holdouts that get to stick around are Aquaman and The Flash. And I'm sorry, but Aquaman 2 is already going to be proven to be problematic because of Amber Heard.
Yep.
So I got a feeling that it's not going to do well at the
Nope.
box
Well, didn't
office.
they said they changed it and they killed her off screen?
They're trying to say things, but you got to remember they still...
We gotta wait till November, December for that one.
Yeah, we have to see what happens because remember, DC pulled that nonsense with the merger, where Warner Discovery's merger, they were like, we don't have enough movies to release last year, so we have to hold back and wait. And it was like, you guys fucked up royally because most people would have preferred, especially after Ezra Miller's nonsense, if they would have shelved The Flash and released Batgirl.
Yes.
Everyone would have went to go see a $90 million Batgirl movie
With Michael Keaton
as Batman.
Yep.
They would have saw that, and they would have probably made $200 million domestically. Easily. But what did they do? No, we're going to shelf that and do it as a tax write-off. It's like, no, more than likely, I've got a funny feeling, they were like, can we sell toys of Batgirl, thinking that guys aren't going to want the toys of female characters, which is what Marvel did, and that's why that's why Iron Man 3, the villain was changed, because it was supposed to be a woman, and they made it into a guy, which screwed that movie over, because no kids are going to want to buy a female action figure.
Bullshit.
I'm sorry.
Hey, when I was growing up, I had the Tila action figure.
Let me be clear on this one now. And I want to make sure everyone understands from toy collectors' perspectives. Jimmy will understand this as well as I do. And I worked for Toys R Us back in the day, so I dealt with the hunters. Yeah. I still have the vest. I did that in college. No, so Toys R Us, back in the day, the collectors would come first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
But the shipments, and this is something I learned, there were only one character packaged per shipment for certain figures. So when you bought the Ninja Turtles figures for the first wave, April O'Neil was there. One per box.
That's
so
retarded.
if you got like a box filled with, you had all 4 of the turtles, maybe like you got like two Shredders, 2 Splinters, 1 April O'Neil.
Yeah.
The same thing with Masters of the Universe. There was 1 Evelyn, 1 Teela, and everything else really ended up being shipped where here's a bunch of He-Mans and Man-at-Arms, like all the
Orko.
different characters. Yeah, the fact you got more Orcos than you did of Teela's was a bit of a problem. It's you wanted those characters because they were part of it. They didn't even make the female character from Pirates of Darkwater.
Yeah.
She didn't
Tallulah.
Even, Tallulah didn't even get a figure.
Which is bull. I didn't even know they made figures for Darkwater,
There-
actually.
I almost forgot they did.
I had the Ren figure, and I think that was it. I don't think I got Bloth or any of the other ones. But they did have the characters, but they just didn't do the female characters.
Which is ridiculous.
It's a damn shame, because the funniest thing is, when The Mandalorian came out, everybody wanted those figures, and the figures were coming out. There was the issues that they had with some of the stuff Gina Carano said, that it was like, okay, they saw it problematic, so they discontinued her figure. And expensive. You saw the price jump online like it was no tomorrow for a female character that everybody wanted. It's like her character was badass in the show. Everybody wants it. You can't sit there and say nobody wants the female characters. No, people want. If they're there, they will buy them.
If it's part of the collection where you got to keep it a full, stable collection,
Yeah.
you will buy that.
People
female
will buy
figure.
it.
I mean, Star Wars toys were a prime example. They made how many different variations of
Queen Amidala.
Yeah, Queen Amidala alone had a bunch of them. They gave you,
Seven.
they gave her in the different costumes for the Phantom Menace, and it wasn't just, oh, here's just the one basic. No, they gave you others.
Yep.
They went, and then by the time the second one came out, there's a few different ones. They gave her the gown. They gave her the action costume. You figure, people were buying still to this day. They're still buying Princess Leia figures.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense when they sit there and they want to say that the female characters don't sell. If you take a look at any anime collection, I'm a prime example. People buy the waifu figures. They may be statues, they're not imposable action figures, they're statues. But people buy them. And they want them. They want to have their favorite characters to be able to be displayed. And let's face it, it's worth the money to make it. But the studios don't want to have faith because they think marketing. Hell, when you look back at the Avengers merchandise, they left Black Widow out of the stuff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's like they gave her own movie, but they waited for the wrong time frame to release it. That's why when I go back and I do want, like I said, I want to watch the movies in chronological order, I know that after Captain America Civil War, that's where you can watch after that one, you watch Black Widow. Because that's where it falls into play. It's like, unfortunately, because, you've got the bonus footage after the end post-credits that kind of shows you Elena, but it's still one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, you know what? I want to see it. And it wasn't a bad movie.
No, it wasn't. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
The problem was they changed Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Taskmaster being changed for the character alone, that was problematic. But that was one of those moments where it's like you change the character over too much. And it would have worked a lot better if it would have been released, especially during the pandemic.
Yep.
If they would have released it under the $30 paywall that Disney Plus was doing for like Mulan and some of the other stuff, and they would have paid Scarlett Johansson more money for it not to go to the theaters, it would have made a killing because everyone would have went and paid the money.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, people were trapped at home and they wanted content to watch.
Yep.
Right now, the writer's strike is proven. There's content people want to watch, but what are they getting to see? They got to watch whatever was already in production now. The studios may think they can hold out. They're going to have a hard time holding out. We do have 3 more movies on the list for August.
Which are?
So, Strays with Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
That's the
I'm
dog
gonna
movie.
bite his dick off.
It really is like
Yes.
it's the
Have
little
you seen the trailer?
No,
for
I
it?
haven't.
Oh
God.
God.
It really it's
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 hysterical.
Homeward Bound. But
With
the
street dogs.
With street dogs, where the dog is angry at his owner that he wants to go bite his dick off.
Okay.
And he literally says it in the trailer. I'm gonna bite his dick off.
Okay.
They show you that
That's
dog-
a hell of a tagline for a movie. Strays. I'm gonna bite his dick off.
They show you that dogs can get drunk and stoned.
Yeah,
and
okay.
it is amazing.
And I'm not a Will Ferrell fan, but this is a movie that I'm more than interested in actually seeing.
Because you
Alright.
don't see Will Ferrell in the movie.
You don't see him, and the fact is too, Jamie Foxx is
Yes.
gonna make this even fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we have The Hill.
Jonah Hill.
No, but
No,
it's
he's
Joe-
already cheating on somebody else for that.
You know what? I don't know how I feel about that controversy, and I don't even want to address it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
All right, so I'll just to bring Mike up to speed. Jonah Hill and his ex-girlfriend. She is a surfer, like almost pro level surfer.
Okay.
And he posted a thing on one of her photos and stuff, saying how it's like he doesn't like that she's posting all these photos and stuff in bathing suits and around a bunch of other like the surfers. And it's like, if that's the relationship that, like, he can't be in a relationship with her if this is how she's going to be. It's part of her job.
Part of her job.
Yeah.
But is she? Are they're
But
not
they-
together now, and she's
they're-
doing it, or she
yeah.
did when they were together?
They did it while she was doing it while they were together.
Okay.
But they're not together. He's already has a kid with someone else, I think.
All right, then
so
shut the fuck
it's, doesn't it? Like
yeah.
the fact that this is a controversy is like, you know what?
I think they just throw that word around too
Yeah.
much just to get people for
No,
clickbait.
There are people online who are arguing over the discourse of whether if he's wrong because he's telling her like what to post, what not to post.
He is not with her.
Yeah.
Who cares what he says?
That's the problem that I think people are forgetting. That it's they're talking about this after they're not together anymore. So now we have, but this movie, The Hill, it stars Dennis Quaid and Jolie Carter.
Dennis Quaid is here.
I don't know anything about this one.
Me neither.
And then the last movie on the list for August is White Bird, which is getting a wide theatrical release.
Who's in it?
Bryce Gehash, I can't even pronounce the name, and Orlando Schwartz.
Oh, him.
Exactly.
Who in the blue hell are you?
I'm sorry, but this is going to be a pass because I
Yeah.
can't even pronounce.
Yeah, if I
the
can't pronounce the
actors'
name, you're
names.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not giving me a name for someone that I know of, so piss off.
Next.
So now it's time for Jimmy to take the lead because it's time now for our trivia moment.
And he plays the rain sound effect.
Hey, that was cheering.
That
Fuck
sounds
you.
like rain.
Show him the difference.
No, I don't have a rain sound effect.
Okay, so how is this going to work? Are we just going to blurt out answers, or are you going to ask?
I'm
And
going to
then
ask
the
a
next
few
person gets a chance to
questions. I'd
steal.
like to thank my great fellow person named Ellen DeGeneres for how I did the questions. Yes. Like her, no one go. Okay.
All right. So,
But
I'm assuming
it's-
we're going to take turns, and whoever gets the most answers right wins the crown.
There's a crown?
There's a crown.
Yes, let me have the crown.
You must present the crown.
There's the literal crown.
As we just blow everybody's speakers out.
And it
And whoever wins it, you must have the Chariots of Fire theme.
I don't. No, this is more a matter of whoever wins, you actually get to keep the crown.
Hey, I'll post pictures.
All right, I have some
Until the next.
Until the next one.
next
Yeah.
one. Listen, I have some TV. I have some all-around trivia for you guys. Don't worry, I'm not going to
Okay.
get you on crazy stuff.
All right.
All right, our first question. Telemarketers clog your phone every day. What lunch meat is affiliated with this?
Escamilla Wiener.
No,
Baloney.
no, spam.
Oh.
Next question. Facebook helps you Network with Friends. What TV show was Ryan Reynolds on?
Two guys, a girl in a pizza shop.
Actually, it's Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
He's got it right.
That should be
You got a half?
You should half each.
And you got a 1. I did this the other day in my friend's house. I was a one-man show, and I won.
There you go.
All right. A little pop culture, a little commercial here. Mean Joe Green played his football career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. What soft drink did he steal from a kid, then gave him his smelly jersey?
Coke.
Danny?
Pepsi.
Coca-Cola. Mike's up. $1.50 to 1.
He's also going to Disney World.
I'm going to Disney World.
Indianapolis and Daytona are major races and speedways. What actor voices a tree and is angry slowly?
Vin Diesel?
Mike's on fire.
Yep, he is.
What the hell does I got to do with the other two?
Listen, these are how she does the questions to leave right in. That's how I had to go. Thank you, Ellen.
Okay.
Fonzie rode a motorcycle on Happy Days. What star directed Far and Away and Willow?
Ron Howard.
Very good.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No.
Little Green Men danced to music thanks to Robin Williams in what Disney remake?
Aladdin?
No.
Little Green Men.
Toy Story?
No. It was a Disney remake that he's in. He's not.
That Robin Williams is in?
That Robin Williams was in.
Flubber.
Fuck. I was trying to remember that one.
Look at this.
He's already
I'm already up.
Listen.
I'm already up. I can like tank
Nip
on the next
Tuck dealt
four.
with facelifts and other body surgeries. What former fashion police star was the facelift queen?
Joan Rivers.
I was thinking that.
And he gets a point. Okay. Horror is everyone's favorite genre here. How many actors have played Pennywise and name them?
2. You have Skarsgård and Tim Curry.
He's on fire.
I know. Can I set him on fire?
You wanted to do that one time. It was just your arm and it
We
burned.
just-
Actually, I didn't want to set you on fire. That was somebody else.
No, I thought could have sworn that was from you.
Wasn't me. I hit you with a car.
You hit me
or
with a
cut
car.
your head off.
Oh man, you disemboweled me.
Yeah. But I did not try to set you on fire.
The only thing he hasn't done
This boy is
Yeah.
on fire.
yet. And I wonder why I keep coming back.
Chocolate is always big at Valentine's Day besides flowers. Who played Willy Wonka last?
Johnny Depp.
Oh, can't even say Timothée Chalamet because he.
You actually can technically say that with the damn trailer.
There.
But it's a tie. That's a tie on each ears. All right. Bonus questions. If anybody's seen it, who plays the Oompa Loompa in Wonka?
Oh, I know the guy's face. I can't remember his name.
Now everybody in the park knows what he did.
Oh God. I know it, but it's like. Oh God. He was in Dungeons and Dragons.
The new one?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't see that one yet.
Not Brosnan.
I have no idea.
Oh God.
I see his face. I just don't know his name.
I can see the face and I know the name. It's just not coming to me at this point. Fuck.
What is it?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh
Yeah.
Grant.
Yep.
Hugh Grant is an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah. In the trailer, and he has him in a jar.
Jar.
Wait. This is for the new one?
This
Yes.
for the new one.
I'm going the one that Johnny Depp was in. I'm like, what the fuck?
No.
Oh no, that's Deep Roy.
Yes, Deep Roy.
Yeah,
Deep
no,
Roy.
Timothy Chalamet is sitting there in the trailer for Wonka, and he has Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa, purple, like the orange face and
Yes,
everything,
yeah.
in under glass on
I gotta
his
see this
desk.
film now. I gotta see this. This is so
Trailer's out.
stupid.
It's phenomenal. I saw that in the Napoleon trailer with.
Yeah.
That looks deep.
I
Joaquin
didn't-
Phoenix.
I didn't see
Yeah.
the Napoleon trailer, but I did see the trailer for Wonka. I caught that one last night. I was like, why?
Final question here. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Ant-Man are Edgar Wright movies. What comic pair has made 3 hit movies with him?
Comic pair?
Yeah.
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Yep. Now, can you name the 3 movies?
At World's End, Shaun of the Dead, and
I know the other one.
yeah, I'm blanking on the third.
Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz. That's it, guys.
Yeah. Looks like Mike.
Okay, so
found
wait, here's the
it.
question. Who was keeping score? Because I wasn't.
Mike, you
Mike.
won.
You won. He is the king.
Here she is, Miss America.
North America. I'd like to thank all my subjects out there. I will be a firm but fair ruler.
Lies and slander, but he now is actually King Hamster Pellet himself. So he really is King Hamster shit. Because that's what hamster pellets are.
Yeah.
They are.
I would like to thank everyone for tuning in to the Dragoon's Lair podcast. This has been a wonderful season 1. It has been lovely to have the wonderful guests I've had this season on the show. So, Jimmy, thank you for coming in once again. Want to give everybody your socials?
No, I'm not giving my social numbers.
Not
I'm not even giving.
those numbers, you dink. How can people get in touch with you?
Smoke signals.
Stomping your foot on the ground for Morse code.
Carrier pigeon.
No. Oh, wait, no. WhatsApp has that. I might get infringement for that one. No, you can get a hold of me, James H. _925 at Instagram, or James A. Haynes IV at
Pornhub.
Facebook. No, I am not on Pornhub.
He's
Only-
done that to
only
me
fans.
multiple times.
I bet, and every time I do it, it cracks on. Oh, he's on. No, it's what was the last one?
Last one is James A. Haynes IV at Facebook.
Only fans.
Fuck you, Mike. Mike, let us
I
also
bring the
know that
funny.
Mike was snubbed again this year
Yeah.
at the NHL draft.
I was, motherfucker.
Listen,
They hate me because I only have.
even the Hartford Whalers aren't
The
drafted
Hartford
in
Whale
you.
didn't want me. Shit.
Hartford
Quebec
the Whale?
Nordiques.
Hartford the Whale?
Not even the Atlanta Flames.
Not even the Nordiques. The fuck, man. I would have gone north.
And so anybody who wants to get in touch with Jimmy, please reach out. You can also email us, and I'll pass any messages along to Jimmy, at dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com. That's all one word. Dragoon is spelled with 2 O's. That's dragoonslairpodcast@gmail.com. You can find me on my socials, Blue Dragoon 13. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Yes, you can find me on Threads now, because nobody wants to use Twitter. You can find me on Discord and Twitch. You can find the Discord link on the Twitch page, along with you can find Blue Dragoon 13 on YouTube. Find me, reach out, and trust me, we will get new content coming to you as soon as we come back from our brief hiatus. So, Mike, how can people get in touch with you on your OnlyFans page?
OnlyFans, it's Mike _Big Dick Schiavo.
Lies and slander.
Hey,
Clips for sale.
clips are for sale if you subscribe. I'm running a monthly special, 15 for 15 videos, 20 for 25. That's on my OnlyFans page. You can get a hold of me on Instagram at Blue Dragoon, at the Dragoon's Lair Podcast. I'm also on Instagram at Hamster Pellet Productions. You could follow me on Facebook on Hamster Pellet Productions, the Dragoon's Lair Podcast on Facebook, and you can hit me up on regular
The milk cartons of every supermarket's
Yes.
milk cartons.
Yes, I'm on the back of many milk cartons.
He's missing, folks. Can
I
you
am.
find him?
No.
Brain cells don't count.
Yeah, they don't count. And yeah, I mean, I'm missing. If anybody wants to find me,
You can
Why?
usually find Mike hiding under the Little Victory Theater.
yes.
Waiting for the next production to start.
Yep.
Listen, I found Harry Krishna before I found him.
Yep.
Well,
He
we
found
can-
Waldo.
I'd like to thank the Muppet Mayhem for that one.
Well, we know you found Harry Krishna because of the new haircut.
Yes. And it will stay like this.
All summer long, folks.
I hope so.
So thank you all for tuning in. We would like to thank you all, and this has been a wonderful season. So thank you, Jimmy, for coming on. Thank you, Mike.
Bring
for
me
joining
back, baby. You know that.
Well, we'll bring you back as many times as we can. Scheduling allows. Mike and I would love to thank you because, Mike, thank you for joining me on this wonderful journey
Thank you
of
for
podcasting history.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, I was going to choose my buddy Dan, but unfortunately he got married and didn't tell any of us.
Yeah.
So he had other obligations.
Inflating up.
I bring the funny, so.
I don't know. Jimmy's actually got you beat on that one.
That's true. Now we have to come back and see who's funnier.
Yes. So there will be a poll up on the. Stop cracking your fucking knuckles there. Doug would have been so proud of you for this episode until that moment because you weren't moving the mic around. There wasn't a bunch of shuffling. No, now
No animals were harmed during this episode.
except for a hamster pellet.
Except for a hamster.
Now, seriously though, you can. I'm going to be putting up a poll on the Spotify page, and I would really like because I've got polls and questions up for everybody at each episode, but this time the poll will be who's funnier, Jimmy or Mike?
Looks do not count.
And the strippers that he brings don't count either.
No, they don't.
He's not bringing strippers. I do.
Oh, yeah.
You keep.
That reminds me. We got to slap him for telling us he's bringing them.
I know.
What did I say? I was bringing the strippers.
You told me last time you were bringing the strippers.
No, I said I was bringing the cocaine.
Well, where's the coke?
In the car.
With the bear.
Fucking the Ewok did it all, motherfucker.
Zub, zub.
Nub, nub. Yup, yup.
Thank you all for tuning in, and please follow, like, subscribe, share, do all the little things that help support the show. And if you would like to contribute, you can listen to the advertisements on the show. Greatly appreciated. But on the Spotify page, you are able to actually support the show. There is for fan contributions. So we have the Stripe thing set up so you're able to contribute to the show.
Monopoly money doesn't count.
Yeah.
Doug, that one was for you. So please help us grow our community and become the Dragooni army that we know you all want to be a part of. And we are out.
Yup.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Dude.
Later.